I'm currently ranking every series in my manga collection. This is number 1. I've finally gotten there. My favorite series, coming to zero surprise for my followers, is Komi Can't Communicate. I also just realized Komi's my profile picture, so like people scrolling by will also probably see that, but like whatever. I love this series with my entire heart. People like just coming by that aren't followers. I have a Komi tattoo. I might show it off at the end of this video now that it's like a little bit more healed. I love this series. I love the characters. I love the interactions. I love the art style. I love like every piece of it. It's just incredible. Don't be mad that it's above Attack on Titan, because this is like a personal thing. Like I enjoy this series more than I enjoy anything else. I've made a few videos about this series. Obviously they've been like intermittent between series of like popular things, but like I love the series. I want to do more videos about it. I'm gonna get more tattoos from it, like etc. Like this will probably forever be my favorite series, and nothing will probably ever compare to it for me. Let me put on shorts so I can show the tattoo. Is there good lighting on it? Can you see it? I recently did a series where I ranked everything in my manga collection based on how much I enjoy them. I just finished it up. Since then, I have gotten a couple new volumes of things that I already have, and it's changed some orders around. And I'm also going to add in the like one-shots and miniseries that I've read like online that I don't have physicals of, just on the list. I'm going to have stickers over on the side with like all of my rankings where everything is, probably broken into 5s. I also did mess up my order and forgot a series, added it in late, but it's not really a big deal. The only change in order I'm going to make is people in the comments of the QQ video, Quintessential Quintuplets, which I originally had, I think, like 18th. People weren't mad about, but they told me to like give it a better chance. I got volume 2. It's good. It's definitely moving above Rent a Girlfriend. But it's still going to be like 17th for me. The other thing is I got through volume 5 of Peter Grill, and that series didn't necessarily grow on me, but I did enjoy reading that bullshit more than I enjoyed Rent a Girlfriend. So they're both moving above Rent a Girlfriend, so that's going to drop to like 19th, I think is what it ends up being, or something like that. I'll have the order right there. So now I'm going to like add in the online series, one-shots, things like that I've read on the list, not physically onto it. I'm just going to show like what like grouping they would go with. So I'm going to start with the lowest one for me, which is Rosario Vampire. It's pretty good. It's interesting. It's like starting to grow on me a little bit. I'm only a couple chapters in, but it's not that high for me, so it's with that like bottom group, but it'll definitely move up eventually. Next one is going to be the one-shot that came out last week from the creators of The Promised Neverland. It's called DC3. I'd give it a read. It's really interesting. It's on the Shonen Jump app. But again, like it's just a one-shot, like there's not a lot to it, so it can't be like much higher for me than this, but I did really enjoy it, even though I haven't read Promised Neverland yet. Next one's getting into the ones that I like really like, which is Burn the Witch, which was a miniseries by I believe the Bleach mangaka. It's really good. I sped through it a little bit. I'm probably gonna go back eventually and like read through it a little bit slower, but it's really good, really interesting, really cool concept. I just wish it was like a full series so that they could like got more out of the characters and like we could have learned a little bit more about them, but it's really good. It is also on the Shonen Jump app. The next one is something that like might have broken into my top 10 just because like my anger with Gigant right now. But it is the one shot by Fujimoto, the Chainsaw Man mangaka. It's called Look Back. It was released a couple weeks ago. It's incredible, very confusing, hard to read, but once you like understand what's going on, it's really good and like really sad, but I really liked it. And the last on the line thing I'm going to add is something that just started recently, so it doesn't have like a paper release yet, but it is very high on my list already. It has top 5 potential for me for sure. It's already like up there, and we're only like 5 chapters in, I think, as of this week. And it is Red Hood. The Hunters Guild Red Hood, I think, is the full title. I believe it's done by My Hero creator's assistant. It's really good so far. I love all the art. Everything about it's really good. It has really high potential for me. I think I'm going to do weekly updates on Mondays now for the list of my favorite manga in my manga collection. Like, as things change and I get new things, if nothing changes, I'm not going to change anything. But this week there was like a lot of changes because I had some like recency bias for some things wear off, and then I also started 3 new series, so I'm going to go through all of that now and re-rank my entire list, which will be shown right here. I'm going to start with re-ranking my list. The most prominent thing is that Mashal fell out of my top 10 just because it's good, but I think I had a lot of recency bias with it, so it's a little bit lower. And then Love is War is jumping up into my top 10 because I just kept reading it and it's really good. Blue Flag also not only dropped out of my top 5, dropped out of my top 10. Again, recency bias completely knocked things off, and it's still good. I'm going to continue it, and I'm sure it's going to be great, but I don't think it's like top 5 for me right now anymore. Spy Family and Hell's Paradise are also dropping because both of them are things that I only read volume 1 of and then have not gotten back to. And it's been so long at this point that I think I was just like misremembering how much I liked them, and I like reread them. and they're really good. I just don't think I should be as ranked like as high as I had them initially, so they're getting dropped. But I still really do like them. I believe all my other changes I went over in my last video, so now I'm going to rank in the new series that I just started reading this week. I'm also going to keep the online series that I'm reading off the list and just next to it. I think that's the best way to do it so I don't mess things up, especially because Red Hood's in my top 10 if I do that, and I don't want that to happen. So the lowest of the new series I've started is Eden Zero. I heard a couple good things about it, so I picked up volume 1 because I had the opportunity to. I don't really like it at all, honestly. I see where it could be going. I don't see what people were talking about with like things they said they liked about it. Rebecca's okay as a character. She's kind of the only one I liked, and I really don't like Shiki, so it's like really low, and I doubt I'm going to continue it, but I might give it a fair chance if people tell me to. Next one I don't have physical of. I was just reading it online. I'll keep it like on the online part of this since I don't have a physical of it, but it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I started JoJo's. I've finished part 1. It's good. I don't think it's great though. Like, it's gonna be decently ranked on this list. It's like a classic. It just didn't hit with me very well, honestly. I think as I keep going I'm gonna like it more, but JoJo's part 1, not really for me. And the last thing on my list is something that's actually gonna be really high that I just started reading. I was really disappointed because I went to get volume 2 today and they only had volume 3, but it is Goodbye My Rose Garden. I don't really want to spoil anything or talk too much about it, but this story is really good. Like, just from volume 1, it's incredible. We've already gotten like what I thought was going to be the major twist that I didn't figure out on my own, but when it happened I wasn't surprised and I really liked it. This is really good. I'd pick it up. It's clear that the author did a lot of research too. They talk about that in there afterward. It's really good. So it is ranked pretty high on my list and I really liked it. I don't know if it'll stay in my top 10. I think this is a lot of recency bias, but I do really enjoy it. I think I will do another update next Monday if I do continue things. This is my weekly update where I rank everything in my manga collection based on how much I enjoy them personally. Instead of doing it with my face from now on, I've reorganized my collection to show it off in order from the week before. This way you can actually see it visually instead of me having to do stickers, and you don't have to watch my hairline recede in real time. These are the 4 new series that I started this week, and they will be added into the list after I switch around the order of things from last week. This is the only change from last week. Goodbye My Rose Garden was a new series that I got. It moved back to a couple places. It's still really good though. So this is going to be the first one that I'm ranking onto my list, which is Zom 100. I got it a couple days ago, just finished reading it. It's enjoyable. I have a lot of the same problems with it as I do with Hell's Paradise, so I'm putting it right next to Hell's Paradise, a little bit under it. It's pretty good, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. A lot of my problems are the same with it that were to Hell's Paradise, so yeah, it's decent. Next one I'm ranking is Cyan Art Football. Decent, same manga who did Your Line April. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, but overall, like, I really enjoyed it. I think it's going somewhere really nice, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy it if I keep going with it. I haven't quite decided with it yet. I kind of bought it on a whim, so we will see. Alright, the next one I added was Silent Voice. I got volumes 1 and 2. I got volume 1, read it. Was not super hooked on it, but it was enjoyable. Volume 1's very uncomfortable to read. Volume 2 made me fall in love with it. I love it. It's pretty decent on my list. I'll have some stickers so you can get the actual number, but it's really good. I'm going to watch the movie when I'm done reading it, though. I've heard it's different. Silent Voice is really good. You can see the whole connection. So the last one that I got for a new series is Your Line April. If you see my videos, you know that I recently watched the anime and it made me cry for an hour and a half straight when I watched the finale, so it's really good. It's immediately getting put into my top 5. It's great. I also got the novelization, which I didn't add with it. I added a little bit lower just for room. It's also really good. It's just some side stories. It's really good. I'm in love with Your Lie in April. It's my current obsession. So yeah, it's in my top 5. That'll move deep, Chainsaw Man down to 5th, which is still really good. So here's the entire collection. I am going to add a sticker here so you can see it as well, but not a lot of things have changed. It's Monday, so here's the updated list of my favorite manga in my collection. Here I'm going to go through and show last week's rankings, which is still organized by, and then I'm going to show the new series I got. A lot of them are new, some of them are just more volumes of something I already had. And then after that, I'm actually going to completely redo my entire collection in the order of my rankings. So yeah. So here's all the new things I got. Blue Period is new, Teachers Are Dating is new, Happy Conoco's new, more volumes of A Silent Voice. I got more volumes of Goodbye My Rose Garden, and more volumes of Sayonara Football. Here's an overall view of the rankings from last week, and here's everything gone. I've laid everything out on the floor, and I'm going to completely reorganize my collection again by how much I enjoy things personally, just like it was before, just to update it, but I need to move things around, so I did it like this. Obviously, Komi takes the first spot back. My favorite series always will be. Attack on Titan remains in the second spot. And Jujutsu Kaisen is obviously still in third. Your Lie in April still comes in at fourth. Chainsaw Man is still fifth. Goodbye My Rose Garden, I finished volume 3 and it jumped back up into my top 10. It is 6th, and Demon Slayer is 7th. My Hero is 8th. And A Silent Voice actually jumped up to 9th for me. I shed quite a few tears reading Silent Voice, so it had to jump up a little bit, and Gigant is finally knocked out of my top 10, my love or hate series. The next big one here, Cyan Art Football, jumped back up because I got through volume 3. Happy Kaneko is actually really good, so I placed it pretty high. Same with Blue Period, pretty good. I think it's a little overrated, but it is still very good. The next one added is Our Teachers Are Dating. I thought it was pretty good. There were some things I didn't expect that I didn't like. I assumed a lot of things were going to be implied that we actually physically saw. Didn't really like that. That's why it's a little bit lower. It'll probably move up over time because it is very good though. I believe everything on my list stays the same after that. So I ran out of room for these 3 series, but I don't really like them that much anyway, so into the crate they go. Here's the updated ranking for all of my entire manga collection, ranked based on how much I enjoy them personally. I think I'm going to make a video talking about the new series I got and the ones I got more volumes of that I like more in a separate video, but for now, this is all I have. This is the collection up. For the over 1,000 new followers I have gained since last Monday, welcome to Manga Mondays. So every Monday on my account, I go through and I re-rank everything in my manga collection based on how much I enjoy them personally. This is actually a good week to join because I was so busy with the Genshin videos, I actually didn't have any time to read new manga and re-rank everything. So everything's still ranked the same for me from last week. I'm showing it all to you here in order. These are the new volumes I got. It's all things I already have besides One Punch Man, which I started, but I haven't gotten to those volumes yet, so I'm not going to rank them yet. But yeah, so this is just the rankings of everything I have in my manga collection so far. Yeah, since I'm not going to rank those, they're getting put on top. Everything else in my shelf is ranked in order of how much I like them. So the first thing I'm going to do is reorganize everything so I can add in the new volumes of the things I've gotten, which is actually going to end up kicking Rent a Girlfriend off of the shelf completely, which is fine because it's one of the series that I actually just straight up don't like. I didn't enjoy it. I dropped it. So yeah, that's fine. And Gigant is getting aggressively pushed around because I love and hate that series, so it doesn't deserve my kindness. I do still need to talk about a lot of these series that I got last week. I'll do separate videos like during the week when I have time, I think. But yeah, like these are just the series I enjoy. I'm kind of just fitting stuff in right now. I will have the rankings with numbers at the end, plus the online stuff I'm reading and where it ranks into the list. But this is kind of just a look at my collection for now for this week, and then next week I'll get back into like the whole re-ranking idea. So here's everything all together, going through all of it. Komi's first, Attack on Titan is second, Jujutsu Kaisen's third, Your Lie in April 4th, Chainsaw Man 5th, Goodbye My Rose Garden 6th, etc. I'm not going to keep going because I can't keep up with myself. I needed to record that better. That was my bad. Alright, so here are the rankings with numbers of everything, plus I'm going to add in stuff that I've read online to the list. I hope you enjoyed, and I will get back to doing it regularly next week. Welcome to Manga Mondays. So every Monday on this account, I re-rank everything in my manga collection based on how much I enjoy them personally. This first part is just me going through everything in my collection. It is already ranked based on how much I like them, so you can go through and see. I'll give you like what number everything is at the end. Since I did a manga haul video already on Friday this week, I'm just going to be talking about some of the series I've gotten the past couple weeks that I haven't had a chance to talk about yet. The first series that I've been meaning to talk about, but I haven't really gotten a chance to, is Goodbye My Rose Garden. It's a really cute tale about a lesbian couple from the 1900s. They're not a couple at first, come together. I would highly recommend it. I will make a full video talking about it later because it is in my top 10. Next one is A Silent Voice. I feel like this one is popular enough where I don't really need to talk about it, but I just finished volume 5, I think, and I'm having a really hard time getting like back into it because it was so like hard to read. In general, that's how I would describe this. It's really hard to read, but I would recommend it to anyone. Next is Cyan Art Football. This is one that I really love. It's literally just about a girl who was trying to get onto the boys soccer team at the school she was at. They wouldn't let her. She eventually like tricks them into letting her play. It's really good, but it really feels like it has a hard switch at volume 3 and the story's completely different. I would recommend it though. It's really good. I enjoy it. This is actually like a fairly new series. This is just the first volume that came out, Happy Kaneko's Killer Life. It's about a girl who hates her job, so she quits and she takes the next job in the phone book alphabetically, which is assassin, and she's a natural at it. It's really funny, really cute. Highly recommend it if you can find it. Blue Period is next. This series is really good, but I do feel that it's a little overrated. Like, people talk about how good it is, and I just personally didn't enjoy it that much. Like, I probably wouldn't have gone past volume 1 if I didn't buy all 3 volumes at the same time. I would still probably recommend it though. And the last new one that I want to talk about is Our Teachers Are Dating. It is exactly what it sounds like. 2 teachers at a school start dating. They're a really cute couple. It's really nice. If you are over the age of 18, I would definitely recommend getting this series. It is very cute, very wholesome. Okay, so here are the rankings with numbers. Komi's first, Attack on Titan second, JJK third, Your Lie in April 4th, Chainsaw Man 5th, Goodbye My Rose Garden 6th, Demon Slayer 7th, My Hero 8th, Silent Voice 9th, Haikyuu is 10, Gigant 11, 12 is Love is War, 13 Cyan Art Football, 14 Happy Kaneko, 15 Blue Period, 16 Blue Flag, 17 is Mashal, 18 is Uzaki, 19 is Nagatoro, 20 is Super H, 21 is Teachers Are Dating, 22 is Spy Family, 23 is Hell Paradise, 24 is 100, 25 is Hanako, 26 is Quintuplets, and then etc. Those are the series. Welcome back to Manga Mondays. Every week on my account, I rank everything in my manga collection based on how much I enjoy them personally, and then I display them based on that rank, so everything you see here is in order of how much I enjoy them from last week, not this week. This week I finally got the time to read a bunch of stuff that I bought in previous weeks but hadn't had a chance to really talk about yet, so I'm going to re-rank everything on my list first. I have a video already recorded, probably going to come out later today, maybe tomorrow, talking about why A Silent Voice is dropping so much for me. As you can see, a bunch of stuff moved ahead of it. It has a lot to do with the ending. I'll get into it in that video. The big move up of this week is Our Teachers Are Dating. I finished volume 2, and this time I was expecting the stuff that I wasn't expecting the first time. It's moving up, it's really good. It'll probably keep moving up. I also started Way of a House Husband, decent. It's in sick health for me though. Alright, here's just going back through everything in my collection, re-ranked with the new thing added in. Kind of a quicker video this week. I don't like drawing it out like I have in the last couple weeks, but I will at the end have the entire collection shown and give you numbers for everything, plus add in the things I've been reading online that I really like. I'm going to do individual videos for stuff I'm reading again, instead of these like big long ones and trying to talk about everything here, because I feel like that's easier. See you in a couple days for the other videos I have planned for the manga stuff.
Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank everything in my manga collection based on how much I personally enjoy them. These are the rankings from last week. I got one new series and a few new volumes of things I already have, so let's place those first. I'll have the rankings with numbers at the end plus the things I've only read online. I don't like these series if you're wondering why I don't try to make room for them. I got Your Lie in April volumes 2 and 11. Let's go ahead and set the top row's display back up since it's not changing. I got the new volume of Nagatoro, but I haven't had time to read it yet. Same with volume 2 of Way of the House Husband. Tomo-Chan is the new series I got this week, and I think it deserves its own video, but I really enjoyed it. It's right up my alley and getting ranked pretty high for now. It's going right under Goodbye My Rose Garden. I also snagged volume for while I could. Second and third row's displays can go back up now. I forgot to record an end cap and it's too late now, so here are the rankings numbered. The online ones are color coordinated with the group they'd be in if I had a physical version. See you next week when I'll probably go back to voiceover. I just wasn't feeling it this week.
Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank everything in my manga collection based on how much I enjoy them personally. This week I only got one new thing, but I have more that are being shipped, so I'll wait to add it until next week. I have some re-ranking to still do though. First off, Jujutsu Kaisen is moving up to second. I think the perfect preparation arc was incredible, and I'm excited that the culling game is finally starting. I still love Attack on Titan though. Second major change is that my hero is moving ahead of Demon Slayer. I've been contemplating this one for the past few weeks because this current arc has hit some amazing emotional highs and lows, so I'm finally just pulling the trigger on it. Time to reset the displays. Rankings with numbers at the end. Here's everything with the displays after the changes. I promise, I'll finally get to some of the videos I've been saying I'll make for weeks soon. These videos just always underperform, so I don't feel motivated to make them.